Hello and welcome to your Vedic Lunar Scope for today, the 8th of September 2015. The moon today is in the final degrees of the sign of Cancer, which is the moon's own sign. And as the moon is transiting through Cancer, it's going to be making its way through the nakshatra of, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hello and welcome to your Vedic Lunar Scope for today, the 8th of September 2015. The moon today is in the final degrees of its own sign of Cancer, as it will be making its way through the nakshatra of Pushya. Today, you need to have your confidence at your disposal. You also want to do the right thing, but you're not really sure of what doing the right thing actually means, right? You don't know what the right thing is, so how can you know how to do the right thing? And well, let's face it, if you don't know what the right thing to do is, well, that doesn't make you feel very confident. So you get stuck in a self-perpetuating cycle, right? Well, hopefully you want to get out of that self-perpetuating cycle. So what's the thing that you want to do to get out of that self-perpetuating cycle? Well, quite often we fall back on the tendency to try to convince ourselves that we are confident, right? So we just try to fake it until hopefully we make it. But you know what? That doesn't really work, right? So if you don't feel confident, you can't really convince yourself that you feel confident, right? So do you feel secure? No? Well, if you don't feel secure, right, what do? Try to convince yourself that you're secure? No, that's not going to work either. So what can you do to ease your insecurities? Well, you can do those things which are going to make you feel the most secure. You do that, you take care of yourself first, make yourself feel secure, and that will ultimately lead to you feeling as if you are in a space where you're both secure inside of yourself and confident. The worst thing you can do today is to try to convince yourself that you feel a certain way when in actuality you don't. That's not going to be helpful to the situation. The best thing that you can do is do whatever it takes to make sure that that simply doesn't matter, to make sure that those feelings of insecurity simply don't matter. And what does that mean? Well, that means doing those things that are going to make you feel the most secure inside yourself. And today you do stand a good chance of doing that. Pushya is a dharma-driven nakshatra. And with Pushya, we quite often recognize that there is something that we are going to need to sacrifice in order to recognize or realize our destiny. The symbol for Pushya is a circle with a dot inside of it. That's the same symbol as the sun, right? So you take that dot and you see that circle. Well, that circle is the limitation to which that dot can go to. Right? So we can push up against those limitations and try to expand them. Sometimes we can have a degree of success, but there will entail accepting a certain amount of limitations, right? So you don't know what the right thing to do is today, and you're sensing some limitations. So the first thing you want to do is push up against those limitations and try to, fake a false sense of bravado, or not fake a false sense of bravado. I guess what I meant is adopt a false sense of bravado in order to break through that situation. But that's not going to work today. The lunar tippy today is Krishna Ekadashi. It's the 11th day of the dark half of the moon. And with this particular energy, well, you're not feeling quite so happy with the circumstances that you're dealing with, and it's making it hard for you to see clearly and making it so that you're more prone to try to focus on something that you think is going to be the best thing when ultimately it's not going to be the best thing. The best thing that you can do is to take your focus off of that and towards those things which are going to make you feel happy and are going to make you feel fulfilled. The solar lunar yoga today is Pariga, which translated loosely means iron locking bar. And there's a danger with this particular energy that you get stuck in thinking a certain way or stuck in feeling a certain way. And the moment that you're feeling stuck today, well, that's the moment that you need to step back from the situation, that you need to allow yourself to have the clarity that leads to the clarification of that confusion, and which ultimately places you in a position where you feel more secure inside yourself. Because let's face it, that's what you want today. That is doing the right thing. And if you need a little bit of help with doing the right thing, whether it be today or any other day, please do feel free to visit my astrological services page. chances are I wouldn't be able to schedule you in today, mind you, but I could schedule you in sometime in the near future if you're interested in booking an astrological service with me. And you can do that through my revised astrological services page. You can find the link to that in the bottom left-hand corner of this video. Also, I should mention I am doing an intermediate level predictive course, which will start on the 10th of October. If you'd like more information on that particular course, you can find it through the link that's in the bottom right-hand corner of this video. That's going to do it for your Vedic Lunar Scope for today, the 8th of September 2015. Until next time, please take the very best care of yourself. Bye now.